So let's begin. Topic 1. Am I creative? We're going to start this topic by drawing a rendition of this famous sculpture by Michelangelo. If anybody knows of this sculpture, it's David. I use this example because in art school this is what you start with, drawing lots and lots and lots of renditions of David. And by the end of your course you really know David quite intimately. In fact, you're in fact quite sick of him. To make this easy, we're going to begin first with a dot to dot. So what I'll ask you to do now is take your pencil and the sheet in front of you and spend the next 5 minutes just joining the dots. I'd like to see how accurately we can get down a rendition of David on paper. Okay, now if you've approached this exercise correctly, you would have first created some construction lines to help you understand the 3D form of David. Your page would look something very much like this. Now most of you who are looking at the work that you've done are probably not very happy with the result. Even if I gave you more time, in actual fact, you probably wouldn't end up with something which looks as good as the original rendition from which you're copying from. On this point, a lot of us start to question whether or not we can draw. In fact, a lot of us can come to a conclusion that we can't draw. And because we can't draw, we're not very good creatively. And this self-limiting belief, i.e. we can't draw, subconsciously translates into we are not creative. We then start saying these kinds of statements to ourselves and to other people. I can't draw. I can't paint. When you look at what's happening here, we're reinforcing this self-limiting belief that we cannot be creative because we don't have the capability to draw or to paint or to sculpt for that matter. Suddenly, we are now rigid. We're unable to think creatively because we've told ourselves that we're not creative. Therefore, we don't take responsibility for being creative. We don't think we have it in us. We simply push the role to another person who we think has it in them. Our notion of creativity is somebody who looks a bit like this. Someone who wears a velvet jacket, a colourful t-shirt, is unshaven, and struts a pair of black rimmed glasses. We convince ourselves that creativity is only about drawing, and that only people who look like this can help us. Any effort we make to be creative will simply get us into trouble. So we either talk to someone in our company who resembles this character, or we call the advertising agency, and we ask to speak to somebody who looks like this. And this guru will apparently fix our problem and draw the solution for us. I believe that is not the case. That within all of us, including professionals, that we can be creative. And that for every creative who has a velvet jacket, there's another one who looks like this and looks like this. They probably don't even think they are creative. These marketing professionals can't draw, they can't sculpt, and they can't paint. But they are just as or more creative than the fellow with the velvet jacket. They wear a black shoe on one foot, but they wear a sandal on the other. This is pretty powerful stuff. Imagine for a moment combining the capabilities and the disciplines of a professional marketer and the creative minds of an artist. Somehow, people, marketing professionals, some of those within our industry, have been able to do just this. Every day when they get up, they put on 2 different pairs of shoes when they go to work. And as I said earlier, many of them are not even aware that they're necessarily doing this. In the next chapter, we're going to have a look at examples of creative suits. And I'm going to draw some anecdotes from my experience of just who are these people.